You don't need to wait any longer, folks, because you're listening to Santa Cruz hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. It's the Gazette Radio Hour. Quit making me laugh, John. It's the Gazette Radio Hour, Doug and John, for all you need to know to be in the know. Anyway.
So, Doug, you feeling better? Because you were parched before. You asked Peter for some water.
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you pay for that water?
No, why?
Oh, you might be.
What are you talking about? He got it out of his water cooler.
You've heard about the drought, right?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit.
It's coming. It's here. Well, we have a special guest. We have Maria Goodsight. Maria, make sure I get this right. The vice president of the board for the Newhall County Water District.
Correct.
All right. Hi, Maria.
All right. So let's talk drought. How bad is it really?
Well, it depends what part of the state you live in.
Okay.
Many parts of the state are completely out of water, and we have very little to no snow. Santa Clarita itself is actually pretty good off in comparison, where we have about 3 years' worth of water supply in our area.
All right. Now, is it just... I've often wondered this, and I don't even know whether anybody... You would even know the answer. Is it just a lack of rain, or are there other issues like infrastructure problems and non-planning and non-thinking this thing through?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. I've been to many seminars and conferences where they will say that we will continue to have enough water molecules in this state. They just may be falling as rain instead of snow, or falling in different areas than we previously had them. So our main source of water has always been the Sierra snowpack, and that is what is critically low right now.
Right.
But I hear we might get some rain in Northern California next week. So, yeah, infrastructure will help us make use of the water that we'll continue to have, but have in a different form.
Okay. So that makes everybody else a little bit better. But you said Santa Clarita is not bad, huh?
Correct. We've actually done some good investments. And I mean all of the water agencies, the water customers, pay into Castaic Lake Water Agency, which is a wholesale agency and buys water from different sources. And they have a variety of sources that we've all invested in. And I just saw them recently, and they said that even if we got no water from the state, we still have 3 years of other supply that they can provide us.
Now, Maria, I had heard that the state allocated us like 20% more than, is that previous year? Is that true? Do you know?
Well, yeah, it's 20% more than previous year, which was nearly nothing.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's an interesting mix because there's many moving pieces, and the reservoirs, because of, how they allocated water last year and where the rain fell, et cetera, the reservoirs are actually doing better than last year. It's the snowpack is causing the problem this year. So different things, are in different states of distress. But the reservoirs are doing pretty good, so we should get 20% of our water from the State Water Project, and then, like I said, we do have other outside sources, and we've got great groundwater in our area.
Yeah, and it seems like we're doing a little bit better in conservation as well, as a valley.
Right. Yeah, we've done well. I would say, again, new information that we've learned is, at least in our district, and probably very similar in the other districts in the valley, we have met our 20% reduction by 2020 goal that was in response to Governor Schwarzenegger's directive for long-term permanent cutbacks. The recent cutbacks were all just, chop off 20% to 25% now compared to 2013, which is a much larger drop and a much faster drop.
Right.
So to hit that number, we have to do some more conservation. But we've done a lot of reduction over the years, and the public has responded to the drought messages.
Yeah. Is it just, the public not watering as much, or watering on a different schedule, or are there things that the city's doing, or is it a combination?
I think it's a combination of things. Certainly the residents are aware of the watering schedules. We've done a lot of outreach on that. And we all have been trying to work with the large landscapes where the bulk of the water is. So you see HOAs, parks, commercial areas. If they haven't already, they are going to be a really good source of conservation, because if we, get a lot of gains from a big turf area, that
Right.
it is a good gain, and it's a little bit easier than tinkering with people's home water sprinklers, or encouraging them to shave off a minute or two here. I think if we have the large landscapes, we can get some good gains.
Right. Have you guys found anybody yet? Because I know that was on the table for a while.
Yeah, no, we haven't found anybody yet. I will say we need to. I mean, it's clear that they're very serious at the state level this year. We were notifying people. If we were informed there was a problem like with watering days or runoff, they would get some notice from the water district. If it was egregious, we would follow up with them. But now we are going to be doing more proactive, looking, like I said, at the large users, the people that really have very high water bills, and trying to help them proactively rather than waiting for complaints to come in.
Right. Hey, Maria, we're up against a break. Can you hang on till after the break so we can talk some more? Because I got a couple other questions. All right, great. You're on the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS. Our special guest, Maria Goodsite, the Vice President of the Board for the Newhall Water District, and we'll be right back.
Did I already do it once?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Never mind.
You did.
Anyway, folks, you're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John, the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette. Free classifieds on Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS.
All right, we were with our special guest, Maria Goodsite, the Vice President of the Newhall County Water District. All right, Maria. The governor, the executive order. What the heck was all that? He came on. I thought he suspended you guys, sort of.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask if you're out of a job.
Our high-paying local board positions, yes. You are correct. The governor has taken emergency action, which essentially, on this matter, removes the authority from the local water districts, and has placed some mandates on water agencies. He's also asking that it apply to private water agencies under the PUC,
Right.
and asking for some cutbacks or monitoring of agricultural issues too. So it's a pretty broad measure that he took, and love it or hate it, we definitely have an immediate problem to be dealt with, and we need to do something now, and we also need to do some long-term fixes too, and I hope everyone looks at both.
So, Maria, did I read it right or hear it right that what he basically took over all your authorities, your board's authorities?
He took over the authority, not on day-to-day operations, but he has put additional mandates on our water sales that we were directed to sell essentially 25% less water. And we are also directed to do things like come up with pricing incentives for people to use less water.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to be doing some more actions through various state-level agencies and telling us what to do. So we certainly want to be engaged in the dialogue. We have been trying to reach them and talk about our concerns for community impacts, economic impacts, the impact to people's homes and businesses. It's going to be significant.
And you guys are elected officials. Let's not forget about that. And making decisions for the... Oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot of issues there, isn't there? I wonder if it's... And because the other one... Oh, my gosh. I just came up with another issue. We're relatively compliant with the state regulations at this point in time. I'm sure there's water districts out there that aren't. We're all getting treated the same, aren't we? Oof.
Yes, we are. And, one of the things that we've asked for is that they look at per capita water use and where we are conservation-wise and where we are supply-wise. Like I said, some areas are literally out of water with wells running dry. And our area has made investments and plans and has a 3-year supply. So We do think we should be treated a little different, and we also do think that they should be aware of, again, the, economic impacts of, everything from down to somebody trying to sell their house with distressed or dead vegetation.
Yeah, exactly.
Business relocations and things can be affected. So we really need some comprehensive solutions here.
Yeah.
Maria, at some point, could he just say, hey, all outside watering is to be stopped immediately?
Sadly, that has already been put in print, not by Governor Brown that I saw, but another state agency person said that could very well be the next step, and that is really scary. As you know, in Santa Clarita, we have brush fire risk. We have invested a lot in the community, and as I said, invested in water supplies.
Right.
So I'm very concerned about that.
That's just scary. Now, all right, here's your chance. We'll give you one chance. Is this a nature problem or an infrastructure problem, or both?
It's both.
Okay.
I like to say, cliche, we can send a man to the moon. We can figure out how to manage water in a way that both protects the environment and protects, what is one of the largest economies in the world, and protects everything from the wildlife and the little critters that run around in our hills here, all the way up to businesses that want to operate in the state of California. And I think we're smart as a community and as a state, and we need, a long-term comprehensive fix, and everybody joining into the mix. It shouldn't just be urban homeowners.
All right, Governor Gutzeit. Now you get your magic wand. What is it that you would do? What's the first project you would put funding for? I mean, is it the tunnels from Sacramento down to from the Delta or something? So I know that's a big one.
There's a lot of things on the table. Everything from reservoirs to the tunnels to improving our very fragile levees up in the Sacramento Delta. I will say I think it is correct for the first step to be efficiency. But then we also need to look at, here's another thing, expediting projects, including our local projects. One thing I think is very achievable, and, maybe we can move it faster politically, is to work on some water recycling here in our valley. I'm sure you guys have already talked to someone about the chloride and the deep well injection drama. That project could be integral to producing some very nice clean water that we can spread in our riverbed and let it percolate and recharge our groundwater. Similarly, we can do stormwater capture right here in our own riverbed so that when it does rain, we hold it here a little bit longer and it recharges our groundwater table. Yeah. Things within our local control are probably going to happen faster than statewide measures, and I think we've done good so far. Where I'd spend my time in the next 5 or 6 years would be pushing for these local projects because they're less likely to get held up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Very good point. All right, Maria, thanks so much. You've cleared up a lot. You answered a lot of my questions. I don't care about anybody else. It's all about me today. And you have my vote for governor if you ever decide to run.
There you go.
There's at least two of us. That was Maria Gutzeit, Vice President of the Board of the Newhall County Water District. Thanks again, Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Thanks so much, you guys, for having me on.
All right. You're listening to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We'll be right back.